Good evening and welcome to FRCMedia News for Thursday, May 17th, 2018. I'm Donna Mata. Tonight, we provide details of Mayor Correa's proposed budget for fiscal year 2019, a Department of Community Maintenance update concerning street rejuvenation projects, and we end with a fun announcement of a new addition to Heritage State Park. But first, let's check in with Digital City News Editor at the Fall River Herald-News, Will Richmond. Hello, Will.
Hi, Donna. Good to see you again.
Yeah, it's good to see you too. And I know you've been busy this week with several stories of interest to the general public. First and foremost, the mayor is out of town. He's in France. Can you update us on what he's doing and why?
Sure, and we're still learning more about this trip, but the mayor left early this week to go to Lyon and Bordeaux in France on what appears to be a trip that is aimed at learning more about transportation methods used in those areas. From our understanding at this point, it's a trip that is either organized or includes a significant interaction with the company Keolis, which is the operator of the MBTA system here in Massachusetts as well. So he's learning more about some train systems, regional transportation systems, and that sort of thing. He'll be there through the week, and he's coming back either this weekend or early next week from what we currently know.
And the new charter also kicks in. Who's taking over for the mayor while he's away?
Yeah, so as one of the provisions in the new charter, when the mayor is unavailable to fulfill his duties, that means the city council president takes over. So that means Cliff Ponte is currently serving as the acting mayor. He does so with limited powers. He is not able to hire or fire anyone, appoint anyone, or anything to that effect. Essentially, he's there to sign any paperwork. Another facet of the charter, if I recall correctly, is that orders approved by the city council have to be signed by the mayor within 3 days. And since the mayor wouldn't be back in time to sign those, that duty falls to Cliff as the acting mayor. So really, he's here for any sort of procedural duties that need to take place and, ensure that government just runs as fluid as possible while Mayor Correa is away.
Which was not the case before the charter. Nobody, quote unquote, was in control at the time. The mayor was away, correct? Yes.
That is correct. And even the mayor was not required to notify anyone if he'd be away either. So, certainly this is something, a new process we're going through, with that new charter passed last year.
Very good. Now, moving on to marijuana, medical marijuana, some companies are looking to open this summer, correct?
Yeah, there are at least 3 companies that are hoping to open this summer. One is declared Canatech, which will have a dispensary on Hartwell Street, that they are looking to open within 60 days of this past Tuesday. Others, no one has really set an official opening date or anything to that effect, but as they move through the approval process, they seem to be feeling more and more confident that they will be operating by the summer months.
Now, has there been any backlash by the public?
To this point, there hasn't really been any, and we'll see how that goes as they begin to open and become a little more populated. But at this point, I don't think the public has really, put up any concerns about the medical marijuana facilities. And then, July 1st as well is when any retail on the recreational end could open up, though there seems to be some delays there. And that may bring another layer of citizen concerns, but we'll wait and see on that end.
Well, time will tell. And moving on again, there's a new housing executive director in place. Tell us about that.
Yeah, so after a pretty lengthy search process, the Housing Authority voted unanimously this week to appoint Jeffrey Driscoll as the new executive director. He's a Somerset native. He is currently the executive director of the Medford Housing Authority. This was sort of his hire, what came out in the second attempt or through the application process, and he had only applied within the last month even. So, it had been a while since the previous executive director, Dave Sullivan, had retired, but it now appears that we are moving forward with a new executive director ready to fill that role.
Yes, it's been quite a long time, actually, so that's good they have somebody on board that they obviously trust. All right, and finally, Diamond is conducting, or moving forward, I should say, with a feasibility study. Fill us in on that one.
Yeah, so, Fall River is very familiar with the new school building process, having just gone through it with Durfee. But now Diamond, which has long been concerned about outgrowing their space, is beginning the process as well. They are seeking a $1.5 million bond for the feasibility study process. This is a cost that would be split up by all 4 member communities that are part of Diamond, based on a formula related to enrollment numbers. So it wouldn't be a equal quarter split or anything to that effect. So they are going to the cities and towns to seek the approval for that bonding after the Diamond School Committee voted last week to move forward with the process. So they're going there. There is some reimbursement of approximately, I believe, 73% that could come from the Mass School Building Authority on this process as well. But we're just getting started here. We'll see how the public feels about this, coming shortly on the heels of the Durfee project here. And as well, Westport just approved their new school as well and serves as one of Diamond's member communities as well. So we'll see how this goes in the future.
All right, Will, and what's coming up this weekend in the paper?
Sure, we're going to wrap up our look at the top 100 wage earners here in Fall River, and as well, we take a look at a new method that the district attorney's office is using to hold drug traffickers in court ahead of trials.
Yeah, that should be interesting. I'm looking forward to reading about that. And again, that's coming up this weekend for folks who are watching. All right, Will, thank you. You'll be talking to Keith again next week.
All right, well, have a good weekend, Donna.
You too, Will. We'll have more FRC Media News right after this.
Here are some job descriptions on the latest hot jobs list from the Fall River Career Center. Recreation Assistant. Genesis Healthcare is looking for a full-time recreation assistant to assist in the planning, organizing, and directing activity programs for patients at the Sarah Brayton Nursing Center. Job number 1054-5930. Creative Content Writer. Spartan Tool, a drain cleaning manufacturer, is currently seeking a full-time creative content writer to interface closely by telecommuting with the marketing communications director to create long-form content that includes ebook and white papers. Job number 1054-3965. Chef Manager. Unidyne, a food service company, is in need of a full-time chef manager to provide leadership in culinary production and plan menus for daily food service operations at Bristol Community College. Job number 1054-4141. South Bay Mental Health Center, located at 1563 North Main Street, is looking to fulfill the following full-time positions. Pediatric Nurse. Job number 1054-1886. Mental Health Clinician. Job number 1054-1877. Picture Show Entertainment, located at 550 William S. Canning Boulevard, is looking to fulfill the following full-time positions. Assistant Manager. Job number 1053-7822. Theater Crew Member. Job number 1053-7830. For more information on these or other positions, visit jobquest.detma.org or call the Fall River Career Center at 508-730-5000.
We want you to hear it first.
A street sweeper is coming to your neighborhood. The Department of Community Maintenance, in cooperation with the Mayor's Office, as well as the Committee on Public Works, are collaborating to improve the cleanliness and overall appearance of our city streets. This restructured program runs through the summer. No parking times involve only a few hours and are similar to a parking ban during a snowstorm. This will enable the sweeper to reach both sides of the curb. Residents will have 1 day's notice to prepare, so be on the lookout for temporary signage. For more information, call John Perry at the Department of Community Maintenance at 508-324-2760 or contact Laura Ferreira at the Traffic Department at 508-324-2577. To see a list of the scheduled streets, visit the city's website at www.fallriverma.org.
You've heard it.
Now please help us keep our city clean. Thank you.
Welcome back. The proposed 2019 fiscal year city budget, unveiled recently by Fall River Mayor Jaziel Correa, is now in the hands of the City Council, which needs to vote on the package by the end of the fiscal year on June 30th. Mayor Correa calls his plan fiscally stable.
So I want to make it very clear that this budget, as presented today, eliminates purple bags once and for all. It's sustainable going forward. The citizens of Fall River will not be burdened with the necessity of buying purple trash bags. So we're very, very excited to end the program. In the police department, through this budget, we are adding 4 additional police patrol officers and 1 crime analyst, a total of 5 new positions. You're going to hear from the chief shortly, but this budget takes us past the 235 officer number that was set, I think, by prior administrations and prior chiefs, and was continued by this chief. And we have a new goal to reach, which we won't reveal today, but we are excited to announce that we are exceeding 235 police officers here in the city of Fall River for a total of 236 in this budget. So that is exciting news. We also have 4 cruisers, police cruisers, in the budget, not bonded. So we've talked about this for a number of years, that we need to get equipment purchases like police cars into the budget. That's existing here in this budget. In the fire department, continuous new equipment as well as repairs to the fire department. There is not an increase in manpower this year in the fire department. We expect there will be in the next coming years with the SAFER grant that we are applying for. And in a way, we have to make sure that we can absorb those SAFER grant employees going forward. So we didn't want to build ourselves a future deficit, and we're looking out for, of course, for our fire department. In addition, I'm sure the chief will tell you that we've had 3 press conferences in the last week and a half with all brand new trucks, and there's more on the way as well. So we're very excited about that. In facilities, this is something we've been talking about for a long time. We need the manpower in facilities in order to continuously upgrade and maintain our properties. The city has not had the best track record of maintaining its own properties, no fault to the department heads, but really, again, it speaks to the priorities of an administration. When your priorities are unaligned with your department heads, you're not going to get things accomplished. And I think and I hope that our department heads feel that we're on the same page, and I think they do. So in facilities, we're adding a carpenter, an electrician, and a project manager, which is 50% paid through this budget, 50% paid through the projects. So all the different projects that you hear about, a lot of the CPA projects that are city projects, the fire station upgrades, the police department upgrades, this building's upgrades are going to be funded, and hopefully smoother transition of making sure those projects get done, and accountability. So I think we're pretty excited about that.
The school department budget is included in the overall city budget. During the unveiling of the mayor's budget plan, School Superintendent Matt Malone gave a thumbs-up sign to the fiscal allotment the mayor gave to his department.
We built our budget off the governor's numbers at 101% of net school spending to continue the progress that we made last year. I can tell you that there are no layoffs in this budget. We're able to meet the needs that I outlined to the school committee, and that we've had several months now of discussion to support a budget proposal that allows us to continue the work of reducing class size, meeting the needs of social emotional learning in the classroom, and continue to improve student achievement results for our students in our schools. I'm proud to say that this budget request that we've put forward does that, and that the mayor has met our request, and that we will now move forward a process of the next phase of fully vetting the numbers, and hopefully in the next few weeks adopting our request at the number that we propose that we're funded at today.
In addition to talking about his proposed budget, Mayor Correa took the opportunity at the news conference to update the public about ongoing street repairs now that spring has sprung.
We're going to continue our pothole and sidewalk repair. Now that the weather has finally broke, it's a beautiful day outside, we're going to continue our pothole repair, as well as a new street sweeping program. I know a lot of people are excited, and some of them are nervous about our street sweeping program. It's a new thing, but I think it's going to really pay dividends, because neighborhoods, actual neighbors to the city, that I don't think I've ever seen a street sweeper down there, streets are going to get swept. So we're really excited about that. And again, that's just another overview through this budget.
And speaking about budgets, Massachusetts Governor Charlie Baker has released his proposed $40.9 billion fiscal year 2019 state budget. Recently, the House voted on its revised version and has sent the package on to the Senate. State Representative Ellen Sylvia is pleased with what the House approved.
I'm satisfied. I work closely with the delegation along with Senator Rodrigues and Speaker Pro Tem Haddad to make sure that we get all that we possibly can for Fall River. I'm delighted that one of the asks that I had, one of the amendments that I had asked for was the continued support of Veterans Educational Services at Bristol Community College, and I did receive another $100,000 in the budget for that. So, of course, that has to be supported by Senate, and we have leadership there through Senator Rodrigues to make sure that that happens. But there's increased monies for local aid, which is so important, unrestricted local aid, which, in all reality, that's what keeps the handle on tax rates and making sure we have the resources we need, so we're not looking at raising any taxes in Fall River. And they have the resources that they need. So we have increased local aid in the way of unrestricted aid. We have increased Chapter 70 for our schools. Always so important. We just picked up another $125,000 grant for our schools. So all of that makes for a very successful budget for us. We're fortunate that the revenue was there in the Commonwealth, and we hope that continues. It was a very positive budget for us here in Fall River.
Greater Fall River residents who want to start their own businesses can get some business advice from a nonprofit, which is all about entrepreneurship.
Entrepreneurship for All, E for All as we have been come to known, is an accelerated learning platform for new business owners or people with ideas who would like to launch a business.
Tell us about some of the businesses that are startups in this area.
We have Juiced Cafe, a fresh juice shop that also serves healthy meals, salads, burritos, Chip Rascal's What the Fun Entertainment, all your entertainment needs, Mastermind Adventures in the Swansea Mall, helping kids and homeschoolers and people who love board games and role-playing and Harry Potter events. They're off in Swansea, Mass. We have a couple businesses over at the Center for Innovation and Entrepreneurship. One that comes to mind is B-Cube Analytics. So a broad spectrum of businesses, from brick and mortar to technology to one-man bands to scaling businesses.
We'll have more FRC Media News right after this.
We want you to hear it first.
A street sweeper is coming to your neighborhood. The Department of Community Maintenance, in cooperation with the Mayor's Office, as well as the Committee on Public Works, are collaborating to improve the cleanliness and overall appearance of our city streets. This restructured program runs through the summer. No parking times involve only a few hours and are similar to a parking ban during a snowstorm. This will enable the sweeper to reach both sides of the curb. Residents will have 1 day's notice to prepare, so be on the lookout for temporary signage. For more information, call John Perry at the Department of Community Maintenance at 508-324-2760 or contact Laura Ferreira at the Traffic Department at 508-324-2577. To see a list of the scheduled streets, visit the city's website at www.fallriverma.org.
You've heard it.
Now please help us keep our city clean.
Thank you.
Hi, welcome to Hot Dogs and Cool Cats. I'd like to introduce Alphonse to you. He's a male. He's a dwarf, and I think he's 2 to 4 years old. He's probably going to get as big as he's going to get. He was found in a parking lot, and unfortunately, he got a little bit too close to some mufflers and exhaust systems because he's a little singed. If you can see on the side of his coat, you can see where some of it's burned off and rough. But nothing got to his skin, so he is unharmed that way, just a little bit too curious. He's a very sweet rabbit, very precocious, and very animated. He likes to show off his acrobats in his kennel. Definitely a male, he's not neutered.
Hi, this is Maxie. She's a Jack Russell Terrier. She's 2 years old. She's very shy at first, but she's quite the cuddle bug, and she's okay with kids, but we would probably suggest older kids, only because she is very shy at first, and she's not nippy or anything. She's just very nervous at first. If you want to come down and meet her, we are located at 300 Linwood Street, Fall River. We are open every day from 11 to 4, except on Wednesdays we are closed. And we're also closed on major holidays. Come down and meet her.
Welcome back. Bristol Community College held a ribbon-cutting ceremony recently to announce the official opening of a new and improved Veterans Services Center, which is located here on campus. The center is named after Fall River after Vietnam veteran and businessman locally, Joseph A. Marshall, who is also a former trustee of BCC. This is what he had to say at the ribbon cutting.
This resource, again, you'll see it, and I've seen it when I was on a second floor with one desk, so this is really nice. This resource needs to be used to maximize the positive results that will come from it, and that's the other issue. It's not just a place where you go to sit around and compare notes. There's really hardworking people, BCC employees, that are there for you, so you need to engage yourself with them. But again, it needs to be used to maximize the positive results that will come from it. And I'm sure, if I have anything to do with it, I'm sure it will be used. Thank you.
Well, if you're out and about this weekend, you may want to check out a new addition to Fall River's Heritage State Park.
Make a family announcement here. We have a new set of cygnets. Everybody get that word, cygnets, baby swans, in the park. So come on down and welcome the new additions to the swan family at Fall River Heritage State Park.
Because in a sense, they're kicking off the season.
Oh, absolutely. And it's a season to kick off, too. This is a big one. Last year it was our first year here. This year, we're building on last year, and we've got a lot of activities. It's going to be a jam-packed summer. So it was a lot of fun last summer. It's going to be more fun this summer.
That's it for this edition of FRC Media News. You can catch FRC Media News Thursday and Friday at 6 p.m., but our online news site is available 24/7 at frcmedianews.org. For all of us here at FRC Media News, I'm Donna Mata. Have a great week. We'll see you next Thursday.